Nas. If anybody could look at KRS-One in any direction, it would be Nasty Nas. That's who could take a look.
What makes you say that?
Huh?
What makes you say Nas? Why
This
Nas?
shit is dope. This shit is dope. This shit is dope. Nas is dope all the way around. Nas is dope. There's no question about it. As a matter of fact, I even told, I don't know if I told Nas this, but he might have heard it from me at some other point, but I made it clear, okay, that I think Illmatic was better than Criminal Minded as far as lyric and rhyme is concerned. If I tell people, if I say, here's what you should be listening to, if you want to go with hip hop and concessions, if you want to go with the rise of it, I would start you with Criminal Minded. I said, go ahead and listen to that. But I wouldn't bring you to By All Means Necessary. I would bring you to Nas's Illmatic, because you got to understand what Nas was dealing with during that time. You're talking to the guy that shut Queensbridge down. Okay, that battle was brutal, and we got the upper hand on it. Okay, now nobody's saying nothing from Queensbridge. Queensbridge wasn't saying nothing. Okay, Nas is the MC that came out and said, nah, it's gonna be about Queensbridge and it's gonna be about these lyrics. And when he dropped Illmatic, believe dudes in the Bronx was like, oh my God. Every cut.
Yeah. I'd like to welcome everybody to my podcast, man. I am your gracious host, Jupiter 9. And guys, thank you for tuning in. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. That was your boy, that was your guy, the KRS-One. Talking about Nas is the greatest ever. You know what I mean? And this episode is definitely for people who are hip-hop heads, you know what I'm saying, like myself. You know what I mean? And do you agree with KRS-One? Is Nas the greatest ever? You know what I'm saying? We didn't had a lot of people who came through hip hop and put their stamp on hip hop, like LL Cool J. You know what I mean? Tupac Shakur. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't give Razzcast any credit for being super dope, but Razzcast definitely, man. You know what I mean? Grew up on Razzcast. Is Nas the greatest, man? Is Nas the greatest? Like I said, you had a lot of people who put their stamp on hip hop, man. You know what I mean? They came through and did what they did, and you know, they are solidified in hip hop. You know what I mean? You got Big Pun, man. Like, you know what I mean? Had a lot of dope MCs. Do you think Big Pun could he, when Big Pun was alive, do you think Big Pun could take down the Nas? I think so. I think so. Like, you know, Big Pun don't get the credit for being a dope MC because he's Latino. Like, if you dope, you dope, man. You know what I mean? If you dope, you dope, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, Big Pun is one of my favorites, man. Big Pun. You know what I mean? If Big L would have lived, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there would be no Jay-Z if Big L lived. All these cats lived. Big Pun lived. Because remember, Jay had beef with Big Pun and them cats, man. You know what I'm saying? According to, Big Pun and them, you know what I'm saying? Stories from them, they kind of clown Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? Big Pun was constantly going at Jay-Z. A lot of people didn't know that. Big Pun was constantly going at Jay-Z and Rockefeller. Like, it was a big thing back then when, Big Pun was alive. So, a lot of people know that. A lot of people don't know that. Most people who know that is like they lived in New York State, like, you know what I'm saying? And they know that beef was like all over New York State. Yeah, maybe not, outside of New York, but we all knew that they had, beef. You know what I'm saying? So, that's not usually KRS-One's thing to do. Like, he don't give a lot of MCs credit either. Like, he's sort of like Melly Mel, but he's not. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Melly Mel, I don't know. Melly Mel to me is just a crab. KRS-One is, he gives it up for rappers too. Let me take that back, man. I take everything I said back. KRS-One do give it up to rappers, but he's very confident. Like, he's another one who think he can out rap anybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I believe you gotta have a certain form of confidence, but you gotta have a certain form of reality too. Like, you know what I mean? Some MCs, they think they can take down a big dog, and they really can't do it. Everybody knows the battle with Jay-Z and Nas. We all know the outcome to that. You know what I'm saying? I don't really remember anybody really other than Jay and Razzcast went at Nas one time. You know what I'm saying? Now, we can sit here and say that, Nas is the best, this, that, and the third. Is it New York bias, though? You know what I'm saying? Is it New York bias? Because I remember that beef that Nas had with Razzcast, and Nas didn't really want no smoke with Razzcast. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Can you really be the greatest when, Nas kind of ducked that one? You know what I'm saying? People really don't understand the skill level Razzcast has as a rapper, as an MC. He's not a rapper, he's an MC. It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. What you got today in hip hop, aka rap, are rappers. Most of the people you see today are rappers. They're not lyrical jargonons. We got now we have lyrical jargonons still in the game. Like Jada Kiss, like Razzcast, you know what I'm saying? Ice Cube, lyrical jargonons, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't have a lot of those today. Prodigy, you know what I'm saying? Havoc. People that's really lyrical, really about that life, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Jay-Z, another one, lyrical. You know what I mean? Lyrical. Even though, his beginnings started with Jaz-O, who was another cat that was very lyrical. And still to this day, I believe he's very lyrical. I got that joint he had back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Jaz-O, what's it called? Kings County? I remember that joint. That joint was fire. You know what I'm saying? That CD was fire. But, let me get back to KRS-One and what he said about Nas being dope and the greatest. I really don't think that you can give that to Nas. That would be, even though he's top tier, you know what I'm saying? He's top tier, definitely. But you just can't label him the number one guy, You really can't label anyone the king of hip hop because it's, number one, it's still a baby, still. And number two, there's so many, it used to be so many skill sets. Like, how can you put a label on somebody who's got a different skill set than the next person? Like, you can, you know what I mean? Like, it's a good thing to have a different skill set, but an MC and somebody like Nas, you know what I'm saying? He's got to be able to body all skill sets. Does Nas embody all skill sets of hip hop? You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by skill sets, and I'm probably giving the wrong name for it, but like, could you see Nas doing this thing in pop and only pop? You know what I'm saying? Could you see Nas? Is he versatile enough to do all genres of music? Could you see Nas doing a rock album? That's how I would label somebody the greatest. Like, you know what I'm saying? Greatest to me is like you great at everything. That's why you label the greatest. Or you moved a certain amount of people in a culture in a certain way. That makes you the greatest. Is Nas the greatest? Can you see Nas being put in a certain genre in music that has nothing to do with melanated culture? Could you see Nas in a rock song? Do you think Nas can pull off a rock song? Do you think Nas can pull off a country song? Know what I mean? Like, I know he can be put in pop and R&B. He can definitely do that. You know what I'm saying? But if you label the greatest to me is you being able to be versatile enough to do a rock album, be versatile enough to do a pop album. For any genre, I can see you writing a song to it, and it would sound dope, and nobody wouldn't second guess the reason why you're doing that type of music. That's what I consider great. Like, that's why Michael Jackson is great, because he was very versatile in his music. You know what I'm saying? Michael can be put in a hip hop record, which he did, I think. Michael can be put in a pop album, rock album, a country album. Like, I can see Mike being that versatile where you can put him in any genre of music and he would just take over. You know what I mean? That's what I would label somebody great. Can I put him in, or her, in any type of genre of music and it would sound great? You know what I mean? Can he be, or she be that versatile to pull off something like that? And that's what I think about the whole Nas thing. You know what I mean? I really can't see Nas being the greatest. Like I said, you got so many great MCs that came from other states too as well, man. You know what I mean? So, you got cats like, I was a T.I. fan when he was at the prime of his career. Like, you know what I mean? Like T.I., man. They used to call him the Jay-Z of the South. You know what I'm saying? Because he was that dope. You know what I mean? T.I. is stupid dope. But cats like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Cats like that. Ice Cube. Cats like that. You know what I'm saying? This is why I don't think you can put Nas in that category, man, because that can only be your opinion. Like, you know what I mean? That can be only considered your opinion. Now, KRS-One saying that Nas is the best, that's his opinion. That's not my opinion. I like I said, I can't put Nas in that category because I don't believe that Nas is versatile enough to do a country album. I don't believe so. Like, I never heard a country album from Nas. I never heard of him being featured on a country record. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Nas being that versatile. You know what I mean? Now, not saying Pac is the greatest, but I can see Pac doing any genre of music and it sounding dope. You know what I mean? It sounded dope. So that's what I would take on that, far as like KRS-One's take on Nas being the great. Like I said, there's many great things about Nas. His delivery, his wordplay, his visionaries, because Nas is one of those cats like Kool G Rap. Nas took a lot from Kool G Rap, and Kool G Rap is another one who don't get the credit he deserves in hip hop as well. Kool G Rap, man, you know what I'm saying? Kool G Rap is dope, but since he had the lifts and he talked a certain way, I don't think that Kool G Rap got the props that he deserved because of the way his lifts. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of MCs that don't really get the props. So Kool G Rap is one of them. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, that's really my take on it, man. Like I said, I can't put Nas over everybody because not only that, but the genre of music hasn't been out that long. It's only 50 years old. Like, you know what I'm saying? How can you start putting kings on somebody, when a genre of music is still so young? Like, it's only been around 50 years. That's not old. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you people out there wish you can live to be 50 and be okay and not have any health issues. You know what I mean? Wish you can live to 50 and not have no health issues. You know what I'm saying? So, hip hop is still young. Ask that question when the hip hop is 80, 90, you know what I mean? Ask it then. Ask that question then, because right now, I just don't think it's no need to be label somebody a king. You know what I mean? Especially when Nas came out in the 90s, like that's a career that's not that old, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not that old at all. So, but I understand why KRS-One, said that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, Nas, at the end of the day, You know, from his wordplay to his delivery to his style of fashion. Let's not forget, man, his fashion game was, you know, it was on point too. Nas was wearing designer suits and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Nas was, you know, a clean brother, man, like at the end of the day. But that's my take on that. You know what I'm saying? I get where KRS-One is coming from, you know, wanting to label Nas the king. But, you know, Nas had to learn what he knows from somebody else too. And like I said, a lot of his style come from Coogee rap. That's why they did a song together, man. A lot of his style come from Coogee rap. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, guys, that's my take in this podcast episode. This one wasn't going to be long, like pause. It wasn't going to be long at all. But I just want to give my quick take on it, my situation. Now, I'm a Nas fan. Like, I done bought all Nas albums. You know, when CDs was popping, like, I bought all his joints, you know what I mean? But, you know, you got to be fair to the other MCs who put mad work in the game, you know what I mean? But that's my take, guys. I am your gracious host, Jupiter 9. If you haven't did so, please subscribe to my YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Please comment, like, and subscribe, man. But that's my take, guys. I am your gracious host, Jupiter 9, and I just want to say peace and love to everybody. Take care. 1.